What's up, y'all? It's US Open week. That's right. This week, I get to bowl my very first US Open, and I am stoked about it. I have never got, excuse me, I've never gotten to bowl in the US Open before, and I know a lot of you are like, how is that even possible? Well, one, I'm not really that good. I just pretend to be good. And two, the past 2 years when I bowled the PTQs, I got close, just couldn't get in. Last year I missed it by, I think, 15. The year before I missed it by like 20. So I've been close, just couldn't get into the main fields. Luckily, because of my performances last year on the national tour and in the regional tour, it guaranteed me a spot into the main field. So that's awesome. A lot less stressful now, right? Because we just get to get in and bowl and get at it. And I can't tell you guys how much I smiled today just to be there and see those masking units down there that said U.S. Open. I was a kid in a candy store, man. That was just the coolest thing to be a part of. And coming into this, I have a new fit change, right? We got the finger thing fixed, right? I don't have the problem with my finger blowing up anymore. I bowled all day today. No problems whatsoever. I'm feeling great. Adam Scott just sunk a huge putt. I'm watching the TGL League right now, and it's just actually kind of cool. Anyways, what was I saying? Finger, blown up, bad. Not bad anymore. It's good. We got it fixed. I'm ADD. Anyways, I'm excited for this, right? You hear the legend of the U.S. Open and what it is, and that's actually why it means so much to me to bowl this. The U.S. Open was always, this is the best of the best on the toughest of conditions, right? It is the grind of the century, right? You're here to literally just lose your mind for 3 days. And to me, and just all the battles I've gone through with overcoming like those mental demons, like, to me, this is like a tournament I need to be a part of just once, just to say I've been there, I've done it, I've been in those moments, and I've dealt with those conditions. And boy, let me tell you, these conditions, awesomely hard. So we bowled on 3 different patterns today. Actually, we had 4 patterns today. I didn't bowl in the last pattern because the last pattern was for match play, and I'm not going to put the cart in front of the horse, right? If I make match play, I'll get 30 minutes to practice on that pattern before we actually bowl. Not too worried about it. But today, I bowled on all 3 of our qualifying patterns, and boy howdy, the U.S. Open likes to keep things hard. That is for sure. So pattern 1, I think, will probably be the most playable one. That'll be like, you actually have some room to miss. You can develop them a little bit and have something to really build up a score. I think that was 44 feet. I'll put the patterns up here. And that was 44 feet. And that was one of those where that was kind of like just get your tempo and speed right. Make sure you're in the right ball, and you can kind of find your way around maybe 220, 230 games, and you could probably grind out the bad ones to be 190 or 2-0. Catch a hot pair, probably could shoot something pretty big. Now, when we go to the patterns 2 and 3, they said here is the U.S. Open. Good luck, right? So pattern 2 is 37 feet, dead flat. I mean, dead stinking flat. And last year, this pattern 2, or was it 2 years ago, I think, Jake Peters went out to the truck, drilled up a spare ball just to throw it at the 1-3 all day, because that's how hard this pattern is. And yes, I can vouch, this year it's just as hard. I even went out to the truck, drilled up an extra Rampage Pearl that I can point at the head pin, because my whole goal is this. I'm going to play off the right corner, and I'm going to start lofting as the day progresses, right? And I'm just going to keep it right in front of me. I'm not going to do anything special on that pattern. There's no need to. It's hard, and every time I move left, it either hooked as soon as it hit the lane because of how flat it was. There's no definition in the middle of the lane, or you get it through it, right? Because I'm trying to open up my angles and get it through it, and all of a sudden, it never hooks at all. It goes 70 feet down the lane and goes in the gutter, right? So pattern 2, dead hard. That's all you need to know. Now, pattern 3, that is 52 feet, but it's only 36 feet oiled to, and then the rest is brushed down. And so you actually get a little bit of, like, you can create a little bit of curve in that pattern. Now, it's still 52 feet, right? It's still long, but what I could see on the pattern when I bowled on it and the pair that I was on is that if people play them right and we define them to the right, this could be the pattern where I make up the most amount of pins for myself, right? it's one of those where like I can really get soft, I can really get left, well not really left, but I can get left of everybody else, and I can really work on opening up the lane. Use my hand and the wrist at the bottom to really spin it, and kind of just like do what I do with urethane, just not with urethane, with reactive resin, but just give it the full yam, and use the friction they've created to my right, because good chances people are going to stay pretty far right and kind of like play that shim shot up like 5. And if I can just, kind of just use that as like a boundary to bounce it off of, I think that my ability or the possibility of me making up a lot of pins on that pattern is going to be the highest. So super, super stoked for this, right? I'm so amped up. Luckily, I have B squats. So that means I bowl in the afternoon tomorrow, I bowl in the morning on Wednesday, and then I bowl in the evening on Thursday. I get the last squat on Thursday. So tomorrow I get some time to actually, get up, kind of get the jitters out, go watch a little bit of bowling, see what's going on, and kind of get the vibe of how things are happening at the U.S. Open. So I'm so happy to bring you guys along for the ride. As you can see, we're here at the Airbnb, and I'm actually alone. My beautiful wife will not join me until tomorrow, and that's because, well, she really didn't have to be here till tomorrow, and she really didn't want to take an extra day off work if she didn't have to, which totally understand. So I will see her tomorrow, and you guys will see her tomorrow, and she will be the one behind the camera for the rest of the week. When it comes to the bowling, I didn't get much of practice today, but I'm sure I'll probably put those clips in here somewhere at some point in time. I'm excited, y'all. I'm really stoked. And currently right now, I'm actually jobless. Not really. I have a job. It just doesn't start until next week. I have moved on from my past job as a lab technician, and I am now going to be joining forces at a amazing company called Classy Vinyl with a couple of my friends. Great opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it. So this week, I get to live the dream as being a professional bowler and making that my living for 1 week until we go back to reality. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I can't wait to bring you guys along for the ride. So what I'm going to do tonight now is just unwind. We're going to watch a little bit of the Tiger Woods Golf League, just chill out. This Airbnb is awesome. I'll probably give you guys a little tour of it tomorrow, and probably go hop in. We have a huge jacuzzi in there, and that sounds phenomenal. Honestly, I'm stiff and sore, and just a jacuzzi tub right now sounds amazing. So probably what we'll do to finish off the day, but honestly, at this point in time, it's ready. I'm ready to start getting into that tournament mode and start to get my sights set on the job at hand, and hopefully go out this week and put in some work. So guys, I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, and it is the start of the U.S. Open, and I am stoked. I cannot wait. Currently, right now, I'm just chilling by the fire, watching a little bit of Sports Center, getting my morning off to a good start. Here in just a second, I'm going to go over there into their awesome kitchen, and I'm going to cook me some breakfast. We got some ground beef and eggs that we're going to have, and then after that, I'll probably do some stretching. The lower back and the arm and everything else is just really tight. Back when I was 20, I could go bowl every single day for 14 hours a day, wake up the next day and feel perfectly fine. But now that we're heading up towards 30, that's not the case anymore. We got to do a little bit more stretching, got to do a little bit more maintenance. And so I'll do some stretching. I even have half of mine to fire up the jacuzzi again and just get in a really hot bath and try to loosen everything up. We'll see what happens, see how much time we got. But other than that, the only plan today is to get in and watch some A-Squad, get some content filmed there, kind of watch what's going on, and kind of get myself ready for the environment I'm going to be in, and just prepare for all the things that are going to happen today. So equipment should have minor adjustments to make on them today, so I shouldn't really have to worry too much about that. The only thing I do have to do is, since I'm not taking a spare ball this week, I'm going to use a urethane ball for my spares. One of my thumbs, I have to adjust just a little bit to make sure I can shoot spares with it. So other than that, that's all we got for today. So U.S. Open week, let's get to it. All right, guys, so we're ready to head in and get this day started. But before we do, a quick one to talk about a small perspective change that I've had heading into 2025. Past couple years have been kind of rough. A lot of ups and downs, and kind of some floundering and some wandering, and just flying by the seat of my pants, not really knowing what I'm doing with this or where I'm going. And my wife kind of called me out on it. She's like, what do you want out of this? Where are we going with this? And couldn't really answer because I don't really know what I want to do with the bowling, right? And as a man of faith, I knew something's been missing in my bowling for quite some time, and Well, after doing some reading, Psalms 23:1 laid it out pretty clearly for me. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, and I lack nothing." And it kind of just made me realize that's all you need. This is great. Bowling's awesome, but it doesn't last forever, and I don't find my identity in this. At some point in time, this will all fade. I will be done bowling, and the tournaments and the titles and all that stuff will kind of just fade. It'll all go away. And there's one thing that I can rely on never fading, and that is the hope that I have in Jesus Christ. And that is truly where my identity is found. It's not found at some bowling tournament. So this week and this year, that's the perspective change I'm going in with, and just knowing that it's a blessing to be here, and that I'm going to make the best out of every opportunity, but good or bad. We're going to be joyful and happy knowing we just had the opportunity to come out and do what we love and make the best of it. So as we head into this year, let's make the best of it. Let's have some fun. Let's get in there, knock down some pins. Should I just quit?
I'm just kidding.
She just told me to quit.
Oh, you're rolling?
Yeah.
I didn't mean it.
What a day. Some days you have career days, and this was definitely one of them for me, but it was a career low light, that's for sure. Really not to rant too much. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Just everything. Came in with a game plan. I didn't stick to my game plan. Instead, I went and did something stupid in game one. Ended up shooting 150, and then in game two, I'm trying to dig myself out of this hole. Made it even worse, and from there, it just snowballed. And in game three, I started having really bad problems with my thumb. I could not get out of the bowling ball. I was hanging in every single shot. I think in game three, out of the 10 shots, I think I hung up in at least 7 of them. And if I can't get the ball off my hand, I don't know where it's going, It just became this absolute struggle to figure out how to move tape around in my thumb hole and to get into a spot where I could actually get out of it. And the games going into game 8, I actually pulled almost all the tape out of the thumb and made it this. I was swimming in it just to try to get my hand out of it quicker, and it worked. But now my hand is killing me. My wrist is not happy because I had to just gorilla squeeze it the last game. In the last 2 games, I I guess you could say I rebounded with 201 and 201 after being 230 under. But literally, like, everything that could go wrong today went as wrong as it possibly could. And it also made me understand, too, is like these guys are out here and they're in it every single week. I mean, they live and breathe this. And I am a part-timer. Like, when I get out here, I have to jump in the flow of traffic as soon as I get here. And I have to make sure I'm on it or I'm going to get run over. And today, I got absolutely ran over. You know, we made this span and pitch change in my finger. By the way, happy to report, nothing. This thing is as clean as a whistle, or clean as a... It's clean. It doesn't hurt at all. However, by making that change in that span and that pitch, that now means I have to get my pitch and my thumb another eighth or so away or to the left to allow my thumb to get out of it quicker, so that way I can still roll the bowling ball. I didn't know that because I don't really bowl enough in segments to see that as it progresses. And so this was just kind of like a rude awakening. But, you know, we're still in good spirits. I'm probably going to be red leader after today, so really there's nowhere to go but up. And we still got 2 more days of this, and my goal is just to make the best out of it now, just enjoy it, try to put together a couple good blocks. Right now we're kind of sitting on a technicality with my thumb insert because I actually have like 3 blank slugs that I could drill up. However, with the USBC rules, I'm not sure if they're going to let me drill up a slug. If it was a PBA event, they would. I'd already have it drilled, but since it's a USBC event, the equipment rules are like really strict and really weird, and so I may not be able to get a new slug. What I was going to do was just take a slug, put an eighth left in it, and use it for the rest of the week, but I don't know now. But yeah, so there you guys go. You guys are along for hopefully a fun ride. Right now it doesn't seem too fun, but I'm sure I'll get over it here in a little bit. So we're going to go back, watch a little bit of bowling. I'm going to take some videos, do some content. And then we're going to go to Costco, get some food for tonight, and I'm going to settle in and try to get ready for tomorrow morning. Hopefully make something out of it. I got to figure out something with my hand because it is not happy. But I guess this isn't really the U.S. Open video I was hoping to make this week, but you know what? You guys are here now. Let's make the best of it. Let's go have a good night. And if I don't talk to you guys before tomorrow morning, see you tomorrow morning. Morning coffee by the fireplace. Yeah, today's gonna be a good day. Can't get much worse than yesterday, that's for sure. Well, yeah, today's Wednesday. It's a new day. Today we get to bowl on the flat 37-foot pattern. And honestly, y'all, I'm just hoping to go out and enjoy the rest of the week. This yesterday was just the bad with the worst, and everything just was awful. And everything that could go wrong went wrong yesterday, and you know, just a bad mix of everything. So today we're going to go in with the mindset of just enjoying where we're at, enjoying being a part of it. I got a good laugh out of it last night, and you know, today I'm in much brighter spirits. But you know, when it comes to goals this week, really the only goal I have is just to go out and compete. There are different pages on the website. Right now, obviously, I'm dead last. I'm the red leader. 2 pages up is like, I think, 77th place, and that's going to be my goal to reach by the end of the week. I want to see myself move up 2 full pages. So we're going to have to go out and keep focusing on the task at hand, keep working towards the goals. Currently right now, the hand is barking. It is not happy. It's stiff and sore. We just threw a whole bunch of muscle balm on it, which my wife gets from her work. It's basically like an icy hot on steroids, and it's doing some work right now, but I'm still sore and tight. The thumb isn't happy, but luckily they did let me drill up another slug off the truck last night. So that was a whole debacle to get that done. I had to get it approved by like 3 or 4 different people. It's just weird. I'd never seen anything like it. So we do have another slug in there that has another eighth left in it to help me get out of it a little bit quicker. But other than that, guys, I'm just going to try to enjoy the rest of this week. It's cool to be here. It's cool to be a part of this. Even though it's not turning out the way I envisioned, still going to go make the best of it. So we're going to finish our coffee here. We got about 20-ish minutes before we're going to load up and head out. Then we're going to go out and do the best we can today and see if we can't finish this week strong. So let's have a good day. Hi guys, been a long day. Don't mind the hat here. Well, things went from bad to worse today. Things that went down a road I wasn't really expecting. Never been injured bowling. I've never had any type of severe injury that would cause me not to bowl. However, this is probably as close as I've ever gotten, and I'm really not looking forward to tomorrow. I mean, obviously I want to go bowl and I'm excited to get to finish the tournament, but I am dreading putting my hand back in a bowling ball tomorrow. And my beautiful wife, who has been a gem to me, we came back to our Airbnb after the qualifying block, and we did some therapy on my arm, and I could feel a heartbeat in my wrist and my forearm. It's just throbbing. It was not feeling good, and my thumb was so tender to touch, and it was just bad. And even now, it feels really inflamed, really tight. Today, I tried my best, but I just still couldn't get out of the thumb hole. Even the 8th left that we did yesterday, it was just, I think, a 30 seconds hole that I buzzed out within the thing. But it just there wasn't enough oval in it, and I kind of got claustrophobic in the thumb hole, and just it flared up just as much. I cleared a little bit better, but not much, because I just didn't feel great. And so at the end of the qualifying block, I just threw rockets at the head pin because that didn't hurt my wrist or my hand, and we just kind of fought through the end of the block. Then after we got done, I went back out to the truck. I had 2 blank slugs left, and I drilled an 8th left that's ovaled. It's fit to the oval I have in my other slugs, but with some extra room on the left side of the slug to allow my thumb to come out of it. And then we did another one that's a huge oval. It's like an ocean. And we did that one, an 8th left and an 8th reverse. So I will for sure be getting out of that one. It's just whether my wrist and my hand's going to hold up tomorrow. This isn't fun. I'll be honest with you guys. Bowling hurt like this, or I guess hurt, injured, whatever you want to call it. Bowling this uncomfortable is not fun at all. And it's making my decision to maybe join the dark side a little bit easier and just take my thumb out of it completely. It's a talk Elizabeth and I have had now. I mean, how many times have we talked about that today now? 4 or 5 times?
18.
Or 18 times. Definitely something I'm going to have to consider, because this is awful. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The thought of putting my thumb in a bowling ball right now hurts. So what we're going to do now is we're kind of just chilling. We got the late night squad tomorrow. So we got quite some time before I have to go bowl again. So what we're going to do now is going to do some therapy on my wrist and my forearm, try to loosen some things up and get some inflammation down and just kind of help heal it. And then tomorrow morning we'll probably do the same thing, go through the same process, and I'm gonna have to do something for my thumb because it hurts to touch my thumb. Anyways, well, there's nothing to it but to do it. We're still in dead last. Maybe we can make something happen out of this. But tonight, on the one bright side, her and I got to go on a little date tonight to Topgolf, where we whacked a whole bunch of golf balls. And if I have clips of those, I'll put them in right here. And at least that was one silver lining of the night. So we're gonna get to bed. Well, we're gonna go do some therapy, and then we're gonna get to bed. And see you guys in the morning. Hopefully we can finish this U.S. Open off with a better end than we did with the start. So see you guys tomorrow. Well, good morning, everybody. It is the last day here at the U.S. Open, and we got a shakes, and we're kind of just looking to survive today. After yesterday, I was in quite the amount of discomfort. Did a lot of heat and ice therapy and different remedies, and we're not feeling too hot today. The shoulder all the way into the forearm is not feeling the best. So I'm not really looking forward to today, but I'm not one to quit, and so I'm going to see this thing through to the end, even if we do finish dead last. I'm going to have to get some different type of tape products and stuff like that for my thumb because it is so tender. Like, touching it is rough. It is very tender, and it doesn't like me right now. So we're gonna have to take some precautions today. We do have those 2 new thumbs that we drilled up yesterday. I'm just hoping one of them works. One of them gets me close, so that way I can just get out of the ball today and just, coast my way into the finish line. But for the most part today, we're gonna be here watching the other 2 squads, taking some content, just kind of relaxing and enjoying our last day here at the U.S. Open. So we're going to make the best of what we got. We're going to have some fun. This is definitely a tournament we won't ever forget. So let's just go in, make the best of it, have some fun, and hopefully we get out of here with my shoulder still attached to my body, because honestly right now I can feel like my arm could fall off. Yeah, we're there. So, all right, guys, let's get in there. Let's have a fun day. All right, guys. We have just wrapped up my first U.S. Open, and I do say we because she was just as much a part of getting me to the finish line this week than anybody else. And I'll be honest with you guys, it was a struggle to even think if I was going to make it all the way there today. We came in today, and I was just praying and hoping that I could get my thumb on the ball and get it out of the ball without screaming in pain, because I was severely uncomfortable. However, we used some Tiger Balm and a whole bunch of other remedies on my arm, and I was able to bowl. I actually bowled pretty decent today. I put together my best block of the week, and mainly due to the reason I couldn't feel my arm for 4 games. It literally went numb. I couldn't feel anything, but then of course that catches up with you, and I was just fighting to stay alive the last couple games to get my thumb out of the ball. And it stinks sometimes. You really don't like being uncomfortable, and you don't like being in pain, but you definitely don't like having them both happen at the hardest tournament of the year, and that unfortunately is what happened here. But one thing that had happened this week that's never happened before to me, and that is I finished dead last in a PBA event. That's never happened. This is the first time. And as mad and as upset as I want to be, and just about how crappy this week was, there's something you always have to remember. Suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. So if we never suffer and we never fail, we never have a chance to grow. What does my growth look like from here? I'll be honest with you guys, I really don't know, because taking my thumb out of the ball sounds pretty nifty right now. That's actually going to be a real conversation that I'm going to have with some people I trust, and talk about the future, because what happened this week was the least enjoyable thing I could possibly think of happening. And it just happened to stink. It was at my first U.S. Open, and just not what we want. But you know what? We'll praise him when we win, and we praise him when we lose. And the Lord's been good to me this week, because I still get to go home with my amazing wife, and we get to go get chicken nuggets. I think that's a great win to the end of the week. So guys, thank you for watching. I'm sure you guys are probably tired of me talking now, because all I've done is explain about how I'm in pain and how bad I'm bowling. Hopefully the next one's a little different. So you guys take care, keep everything straight off the hook, and we'll see you next time.